JC Pipe Reviews coming back to you. Doing something pretty cool here today. I got two tins here, two different tobaccos, and Sunday Picnic is what I'm using today. This one's from 2013, so it's got 7 years of age, and this one's pretty fresh. It's from February of 2020, so it's pretty fresh. And been smoking them back and forth, but I'm smoking the fresh one right now. And basically the difference between them is, I would say the newer one you get, because it's, well, I'll read you the description real quick. It's Golden Virginias combined with Perique and Izmir Turkish in a flake. So that's basically all it is. So you have Goldens, Turkish, or Virginias, you know, Turkish, and Perique. The Perique it's not real heavy in this one, but I find it's more of just a spice in this one, and you're getting some dark fruit flavor from the aged one. You get a, in my opinion, you get a lot of the Izmir in this, the Turkish tobacco, which, you know, it's Oriental pretty much. So you're getting that nice sourness to it, and you get a lot of the cinnamon for some reason in this. When it's aged, you don't pick up on that much at all. It does have some sourness to it, but it's more of a like a darker, sweeter note, kind of like a raisin figgy note. But I would say, as far as, you know, a word to describe it, I would say it's more, you know, it's basically just knocked the edge off of it, I guess you would say. Smoothed it out a little. So, you know, rough around the edges basically is the newer one compared to the old one. But you do, in a way, you get more flavor from the new one than you do the old one. But the flavors in the older, the aged one, I'm sorry, not the older one, but the aged one, I don't know, to me it's just everything's smoother, and you can just, everything is just more subtle, and then the flavors just kind of, I would say, round out more. But there is some different flavors. I'm gonna go over that in a second here. Yeah, and the aged one, I mean, you get, like I said, it's almost get like a darker fruit type, raisiny type of quality to it. Even the scent, you can tell. The fresh one, you get, it's like a grassy hay note kind of. But like I said, that Oriental is really up front in that for some reason. You get that sour and cinnamony type note that's in the Orientals. You don't pick up as much Orientals in this. You do get some sourness, but it's almost like a sour melon type flavor, in my opinion. And one thing I will say that's kind of odd on this one, the aged one, it seems to have a little bit more strength for some reason than the fresh one. Now, again, saying, you know, as everyone knows, every batch is going to be a little bit different, because they're not going to have the same exact tobacco. I mean, it could still come from the same exact place and be the same seed, but every crop's going to be a little bit different. The average person is not going to be able to pick that up usually. You're going to me, you're going to get a lot more difference from aging it than you will from batch to batch. But that's just from my experience. And you can tell this is the same tobacco, but it's almost like smoking two different tobaccos right now, to be honest with you. Going back to the fresh here. Drop my lighter. And again, I'm smoking them in two pretty identical pipes, Mark Twain series cobs, just to get as close as I can. Yeah, the fresh, you get a lot more of those high notes, almost like a grassy note. You get some, you know, a lot of the sourness. You get some citrus, some high citrus notes, like a lemon kind of. And you don't really get a lot of the high citrus notes in the aged at all. And yeah, as far as the Perique go, it's It just seems like it's more spice than anything in it. You're not getting a lot of the depth of flavors that you are in the aged. But yeah, you're getting, like I said, it's like a lot of hay and grass, and it's like a graham cracker cinnamony type flavor to this one. Let me just get a little drink of water here, cleanse my palate. But those of you who haven't really had a chance to age tobacco for especially that long, you know, 7 years is a pretty good bit. The oldest tobacco I've had is probably 12 or 13 years old. Sun's kind of messing with us here. Let's see if I can. And it helped a little bit. But, and I want to say that the best tobacco I've had aged personally is the same guy with Full Virginia Flake. That stuff just gets so good, you know, when it's aged. And I would say, as far as Virginias go, Virginias, red and probably golden Virginias are the best for aging. Perique seems to do well too. Sometimes it gets spicier, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it gets dark fruit. All depends on the tobacco and the crop, I guess. But as a rule, I would say aging Englishes isn't necessarily always a good thing if you want that real smoky in your face flavor. Syrian's a little bit different case in my opinion on that. But I have had aged Englishes that I like. So just it all depends on the tobacco. But this is basically a Virginia, Turkish, and Perique. So it's a vapor with some Orientals in it, some Turkish in it. Going back to the aged here. Yeah, it's just, I mean, it's almost like it's just clean cut versus this. Trying to think of what else I can describe it to, as far as, you know, basically it just takes the edge off of it. It's just like the fresh, you can tell is, I mean, it's actually got a little bit more flavor, but it's just rough around the edges. And the aged is just smooth, and the flavors that are there are a little bit more subtle. And you can almost pick up more stuff in this because it doesn't have as much of that in your face roughness kind of. But yeah, you're getting more of a darker fruit raisiny type flavor to this. You do get some cinnamon, you get some spice. It's definitely there. Like I said, I can tell. I don't know why, and it could just be the crop, but the aged seems to have more nicotine in it for some reason than that one. You know, and this one for some reason to me kind of, I had lunch already, so it's not that big of a deal right now. But I don't smoke this on an empty stomach for some reason. I mean, it just certain tobaccos just hit certain people, I guess, and this one just hits me. So I would say this is higher in strength than your average tobacco, to be honest with you. But as far as personally, which one do I like better? I would say I like the aged better than this. I definitely like the aged better. I wish the nicotine really wasn't there, but yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, the aged, like I said, to me, it's just more smoother, and you get a little bit of that dark fruit in there, and it's not so much just, you know, in your face rough flavors kind of. It's just, I don't know. To me, it's just a more pleasant smoke. So if you haven't aged tobacco before, you know, basically what you have to do is you have to buy more than you can smoke or that you want to smoke. So buy 2 or 3 tins of something that you know you like. Back when I started smoking, I just bought stuff here and there, and I'd put stuff away, and you know, then now I have a stock of older stuff, which works out pretty good. So if you buy, you know, say you smoke like a 10 a month or something, you know, buy 2 tins a month and then age them, and then by the time you turn around, it'll be 5 years. Time flies. So 5 years down the road, you'll have some nice aged tobaccos. I would say you start to notice some differences about 2 or 3 years. You notice some good differences here. So, you know, that's just my take on it, and let me know if you guys have aged tobacco or what your thought on aging tobacco is. And it's going to be getting pretty hot here soon. It's already probably 80, and it's supposed to be like 96 with 110 heat index today. So I'm going to cut this one short. I'm still in the shade right now, so I know once the sun comes up, it's going to be crazy. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of this pipe and let you guys get to your weekend, and you guys have a good weekend. This is JC again, coming to you from Virginia.